Yes, only on 100.4 The Most FM.
Welcome to Taranaki Foodies with Area 41 on the Most FM, the tastiest show on the Most FM. We love to talk about food, garden, hospitality and people who are involved in all that. And of course music. We are recording our show live on a Facebook group page. Look at Taranaki Foodies group with Area 41. Join in if you like to peek behind the scenes. I'm Alina Williams. I'm your local socialite, selfie taker and a foodie. And I don't have Warwick Foy with me today, my usual co-host. He's in Auckland, but he says hi to everyone, ramen life and things like that. And today's cameraman is Aidan Williams, and we have a new volunteer today whose name is Rachel. And our guests today are representatives of amazing Taranaki multi-ethnic extravaganza, coordinator Maha Al-Fayad and extravaganza food stalls coordinator Ingrid van Amsterdam. Awesome, so welcome. How about we listen to some music first? First of all, we're listening to Ya Kwatili by Faya Yonan.
Yes,
Is that correct?
Kwatili by Faya Yonan.
Alright, let's do that. It's very melodical, isn't it? And her voice is angelic. She's so beautiful. And it's amazing how the beauty shines through with no sequence and all this. She's dressed really simple and yeah, really nice. You'll have to translate to us what it is the song about. Not all the song, but maybe the...
hard because it's kind of... Sometimes you can't translate exactly, but yeah, we'll tell you what it's
Let me guess. This song is about love.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think it's there is a saying that whatever people do is either cry of love, for love, or act of love. So no wonder everything about music is about love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the best thing in the world.
Today we're one of the days of Americana, which is another multi-ethnic event, and I'm so glad that we're not talking about politics and politicians. We're talking about cars, fashion, and I don't know, master of engineering of Americans and things like that. And I think we should look at bright and positive things in the world.
True.
Oh gosh, this is angelic voice. Just such a warm and velvet and undertones. Is she popular?
Yeah. She started by herself and she does all that stuff with her family, so she's not even, rich or anything.
She doesn't have a
She
producer?
started with that, with YouTube and small things.
Wow.
You can see that on the video clip. It's very simple. Yeah.
I actually didn't guess, because sometimes the simplest things are the best.
Yeah, exactly.
When we were traveling during summer holidays, I met a music producer in Auckland, and he's amazing. He was so modest, unbelievable. I had to talk him into photographing, because he said, I'm not sure on my face, blah 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 blah. I said, what are you talking about? You're a music producer. You're supposed to be seen.
I thought it looks professional myself. She studied music, but she works on a very small budget. Yeah.
But it is correct, and nowadays you can reach amazing heights with a bit of a promotional power, dedication to social media and being active online.
Yeah.
And if you have someone who can do it for you, it's even better. And you said that she has a family who supports
I
her.
think her sister and brother-in-law, that's the whole thing. Yeah.
It's really cool. We have 1 more minute on the song. So, is she Jordanian or from somewhere else? Syrian.
Yeah.
What language is she singing?
Arabic,
Arabic.
From language, yeah. So that's with no accent. Yeah.
I wouldn't guess.
Yeah, of course. So yeah.
I remember when I was in Arab Emirates and my nephew had a homework and I texted you and I said, can you please help me with homework? And you said to him, what sort of Arabic he learns? And I said, you said several times of Arabic, really?
That was how we got to know each other, right? That was the beginning of the relationship. That was it. That was cool.
We're supposed to marry, we have a relationship. But it is true. We met before at several events.
Yeah.
And you came to my cooking class.
Yeah,
and-
true.
But we just connected on so many different levels. So it's almost ready. We are back in the studio, Taranaki Foodies, with Alina Williams, Maha Al-Fayad, and Ingrid van Amsterdam. It is Taranaki Foodies and Area 41. So we just heard a beautiful, very melodical song. Maha, what is the significance of this song for you?
Well, this song of Syrian singer, and it's about love, and anything about love is very significant to me.
And why is that?
I don't know, I'm just a loving person. I just go with the words. If it's really deep and talks about really deep emotion, it takes me away, to my own imagination, and just lovely feeling.
Is it love to the world, or love to the children, or love to the man?
That song is a love to a man. But yeah, it's just very beautiful words. Yeah.
Oh, I've met you before, and I know that you're from Jordan. How happened that you settled here in Taranaki?
Well, I was a lawyer in Jordan, and I had my office, my job. But then my ex-husband found work at and at Ingham's at that time. So we had to move to New Zealand, and I had one boy at that time. Now I have 4. We decided to just give it a go for 2 years, but then I loved it, and we stayed for 14 years now.
Wow. And what not to love about New Zealand? It's actually quite an amazing place.
Yeah, you love everything about New Zealand because it has everything that, the nature, the people, the opportunities. It's calm, quick, for family, peaceful.
Yeah.
What else we can ask for?
That's true. And then you can listen beautiful songs from your homeland and kind of relax and imagine, which is amazing. So, what changed you the most during your immigration journey? Because you saw both worlds and you tried to adjust. And I already said it once somewhere that even in the same family, immigration journey for each member is different.
Yeah.
So how
Very
was it
true.
for you?
Now it was really I learned a lot and I changed a lot. But the most thing was that I was by myself. I had no family support, no friends. I had to leave everything behind, and going through pregnancies, having babies, and being alone. And I learned to be really strong, very independent, and just to achieve my dreams and always adapt to new realities and find ways to live. That was the most thing.
Charles Darwin said that species that survive are not the species who are the most clever or the most beautiful. It's those who can adapt. So
yeah,
good
so
for you.
true.
Yeah. Do you go back home?
Yeah. The longest was when I was pregnant, and I didn't go for 5 years. But now recently I'm going every 2 years, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, it's lovely. What do you miss the most about home?
Family and friends. The atmosphere where everyone knows everyone, and I can just go and knock the door and have coffee and chat, and we can go trips and everything. I don't need to plan it with anyone, I miss that. Yeah.
Well, you can knock at my door at any time and feel at
Thank
home.
you. Thank you, yeah.
So, are your children Kiwi boys, or
Yeah.
are they actually have their own difficulties to adjust to New
No,
Zealand
they are
reality?
Kiwis and they love it here. They have their own personality, which is a mix of 2 cultures, a mix of 2 languages, which is awesome. But yeah, they love it here. They're just Kiwis. Yeah.
Awesome. It's really interesting how we perceive the culture, language and books and I don't know. art from our homeland, but our children could have completely different outlook at it, because they were different generations for the start. Secondly, we're from different country, and very often for them it seems like outdated, not interesting, boring, faded, whatever. And it's always a question how far you can push it into your child, or how you let them be inquisitive and go into it. Do you speak Arabic at home?
I speak Arabic at home, but then I have to adjust to their own language because they speak Arabic with ing or ed at the end and started to talk the same. So we have our third language at home. Yeah.
All right, so it's like Esperanto, your own invention. So, is there any food you miss in New Zealand?
Yeah. I really miss the grapevine leaves and the way we do it in Jordan, because we stuff it with rice and a bit of lemons.
Greek and Turkish have a similar dish. So
Yeah,
they
it
call
is, but
dolmata.
different. You know, it tastes really different because they do it differently, so it tastes different.
Okay.
I miss that the most, and we stuff like a lot of vegetables, so they're my best thing. that
I think it's about time for you to start growing grapes.
Yeah, I did, but I know for some reason it's not the same type of leaves. Yeah.
What is the most prominent cross-cultural difference between two countries, Jordan and New Zealand?
I think it mostly the dress code, like the way I dress is different, and a lot of people here think I'm very limited. I can't just be friend with a lot of people. I can't do business. I can't do sport just because of the way I dress. But I always say it has nothing to do with my own personality. Yeah. So it just once they get to know me, they know that doesn't change anything. But for the first impression, they think, oh, like we can't just go sport. We can't just this and that.
Yeah, we know each other before all this society changed and all these shootings happened, which actually did a good thing for understanding of what Muslim religion is about. And I believe that society is changing so rapidly that the acceptance is following really fast. So,
Yeah, true.
there's more commonalities between people. Dress code minus dress code, and for me, I don't like boringly dressed people, and you're never boring, so
Thank you.
it's fine with me.
That's cool. Thanks.
So, what does your role in Taranaki multi-ethnic extravaganza involve?
Well, in the extravaganza, I'm the overall coordinator for the whole event. So when I started, they told me to coordinate the coordinators. That's what they said. And then I found it's a really huge job because I have to make sure like everything is going smoothly. I have to be creative and I find solutions to things. I have to answer the questions of all coordinators and be supportive to my team and make sure that everything is aligned to the vision and to the goals of the extravaganza this year. So this is what it's all about.
Event organization is huge task. I mean, people normally receive a lot of money for doing this job, professionals. How did you decide to do it? Because it's such a time consuming thing.
It is like a full-time job actually. I didn't like I had a phone call saying what about you do this and this, and then I thought, yeah, this is awesome because I love the event and I always dreamed of making it bigger, like a one-day woman. And I was like, oh, it's the time, we can do this finally. So I'm not saying that they didn't do a good job in the past. It was amazing and I'm learning from them still. I learned a lot from Anu, who is the previous coordinator. But to me it was like seeing a very different vision, trying to achieve it, being successful or not, I don't know, but just I try.
I'm telling you, you're doing an amazing job. I saw all these letters you sent because I'm a member of Taranaki Multi-Ethnic Council, and everything is running smooth and only a few weeks left. And I urge everyone, if you didn't make plans in your calendars, if you didn't mark the date, please do it now, because it's a wonderful celebration of diversity, of inclusiveness, and also you can try food from all over the world in one day without traveling.
Yeah, true.
I think it's a perfect time to listen to the next song, which is called Vivre. Is that correct? By Latme.
Latme,
Latme.
Vivre is the title. So Latme is Dutch and Vivre is French.
All right,
cool.
awesome. Let's listen to that. I actually love this song.
That's
When this is totally me, because the minor scale of music, and also there are 5 singers there,
Yeah.
and the variety of voices and the variety of musical instruments they use is just so, and it's so deep and amazing. So
I
yeah,
actually am getting goosebumps now.
yeah, something good is
Yeah.
coming. Yeah,
Yeah.
but at the same time. It reminds me of ballads, so it has the same structure as ballads, the song, but musical instruments which are used are far away from medieval ballad singers like bards or something like that.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what are they singing about?
In short,
In
it's
short.
about celebrating life and just let me live the way I've always lived and enjoy life. And so vivre is French for living in life, and laat me is Dutch for let me be, let me do, let me exist, or whatever it is that you want to be let. So,
Which is
yeah.
interesting that the topic is about happiness, but it's in a minor scale,
Yeah.
and it's coming from the duck sport.
It's very
somewhere.
soft. So the singers, the lead singers, Lisbeth List and Ramsa Shafi, they're the man and woman who are lead singers, are getting on a bit in life. They're in their 60s. I think Ramsa Shafi might be a bit older than that. So this actually was recorded in the late 80s, I think, if I remember correctly. And when he comes in, when I listen to it, I actually start crying because it's so emotional for me, this whole song. And it makes me feel really, really good. And you can see, if you watch the video, how emotive they are. And the singers, even the backing vocals, the 3 guys who do the backing vocals, they're just so beautiful.
The musical,
It's very emotional.
the musical ornament is really beautiful. How repetitive certain parts are, and how emphasized certain parts are by music and by the voices.
And the harmonies.
Yes, harmonies are amazing. Also, an interesting topic that very often music is something about the text and the lyrics and other things. But interestingly, we people from different culture listen to it, and we have
Enjoy
similar emotions going
We
through.
enjoy the music itself, we enjoy the emotions associated with it. You can feel the vibe of the music, doesn't matter which language it talks.
And I think it was really important, this song, for the singers themselves, because Ramsa Shafi, who's actually, that's his spiritual name, he actually has got a Dutch name, but he then, at a certain age, he really became involved with Eastern religions, and so his name was changed to Ramsa Shafi. And when they sing this song, he's actually getting on, and you can see that if you watch the video that he needs to be helped to the microphone, and they help him walk in the room and everything. And he actually passed away a few years ago, and you can just tell this is like an ode to life for him.
Yeah. Wow, amazing.
And so he and the female lead singer Lisbeth List, in real life, were really, really close friends as well, and it's just so
It's beautiful.
You can see it, you can feel it,
I feel it.
you can feel it.
Yeah, I do. I feel it too.
Yeah.
Because I was so when I look at the music, I just listen for a small thing, and sometimes I'm watching for a small episode on the. But this one I actually listened to the very end because I just couldn't stop.
Yeah.
It was simply amazing.
I know.
So you have to say the name correctly.
So the title of
So
the song.
wait. Welcome back to the studio of Taranaki Foodies and Area 41 with Alina Williams and guests from Taranaki Multi-Ethnic Extravaganza, event coordinator Maha Al-Fayyad and food stalls coordinator Ingrid van Amsterdam. So Ingrid, we just listened to this song that was just giving us goosebumps and other things. Tell us about this. Tell us as much as you can about this song.
So the song you were listening to is called Laat me/Vivre by Ramsa Shafi and Lisbeth List. And it's basically, the way I see it, and I haven't done research about it, but it's an ode to life, by both Ramsa Shafi and Lisbeth List, and they were very, very close in life. Ramsa Shafi's passed away, and I think he was getting old, you know, by that time they recorded this song. So, and you can tell how emotional everyone is and how loving as well. You know, it's just amazing. And yes, it does give me goosebumps, and it just makes me cry. This.
That's all right. It's okay to cry on Facebook. We all love it. So, you were a panel member for Women Beyond Ordinary, and you are an author of 2 books. Tell us about all this experience, how it is to be a panel leader for a big event for females.
Well, I was very surprised myself. I didn't expect it. Ingrid is the one who organised this whole event. She organises all the events for Women Beyond Ordinary, and I was very surprised to hear from her, to get the invitation to be part of the panel. And I asked her how she found out about me, and she said, well, I've seen your Facebook page about healing. I've got a Facebook page which is called Ingrid van Amsterdam, healer, creative writer. And so she'd seen that, and she said, I've been following you for a year now, and I really like what you have to say, and yeah, I'd really like you on the show. And I said, oh, well, you know, much appreciated, and yeah, I'd love to be there. And it was a really, really nice experience. It was it was an interesting experience because I'm not normally, I feel that I've never been a good public speaker at all. So I've always had this real fear of public speaking, but I felt very relaxed and comfortable when I did it.
You were amazing. You were amazing in your yellow dress. You gave wonderful vibes, and I believe that all ladies who came to Women Beyond Ordinary got something out of it, because one thing is to listen to a lecture, and the other thing is to participate in a discussion and let everyone to be heard and kind of interchange with all the ideas, and then you made a wonderful conclusion to the whole audience about what your group discovered. This was really good. And
it was just really nice, and you know that you're doing a good job when the audience is engaged and they actively participate.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, I mean, you have a connection.
Yeah. And your books, oh my God, some people never wrote a book and you wrote 2. What are they about?
So the first book I wrote was Homelands Then and Now, which I wrote on behalf of Migrant Connections, Taranaki. So this book actually, Maha is one of the people I interviewed in the book, so we did talk about food in there as well.
Yeah.
But basically I was asked if I could write, and if I could write this book about migrants who now live in New Plymouth and call New Zealand their home country, and so I said yes. That sort of took a few months out of my life that I dedicated to writing the book, and and I'm really proud of it. Really proud of it.
I have a copy.
Really
I was given one by Maria Carcamo and Maria Eugenia, and she was in the book as well, and it was really nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. So why did you decide to volunteer for food stalls? You're a spiritual healer and you're a book writer, and then Mia, food. Why is that?
Well, that also came about while I was a member at Migrant Connections Taranaki, and actually Gita was the one who asked me to volunteer as the food stalls coordinator, which initially I said no, because I've got a lot to do, and I've just started my own business. Since writing that book, I thought it would be a really nice idea to keep the migrant stories going, but I thought I could do something for myself and do it in a different form. And then in the meantime, actually, my mum, I found out, was diagnosed with terminal cancer, and I ended up looking after her last year until she passed away, so I was her full-time carer. And talking about books, I ended up writing another book about that, so that was the other book. And it was just to help me process a very intense event. And to get over it a bit, and just to think about it, and it was an amazing experience I'll never forget, and I'm extremely grateful for as well.
Yeah, when parents are leaving, it's part of our growing up, isn't it?
Yeah.
We have to let them go, and they say that there are 4 stages of grief, and you have to go through each stage without skipping, otherwise.
But I was very lucky. My mum and I had a really good relationship where we could actually talk about anything at all, and so we did talk about death and what her expectations were and how what she wanted and everything. So that was really nice. and also because she was also a migrant, you know, so it was quite challenging for her at times, you know, living in a country where I was not living nearby, and she actually really engaged in the Indian community where she lived. So it was, and you know, I did get a lot of support from them as well, which was really nice. So when that was finished, that's you know, I started to continue with the migrant stories, but then Gita said, would you like to do the
I have lots of respect
food-
to
the food
Gita
stall,
because
yeah.
she's an amazing
Yeah.
person. She changed the life of so many people, and
That's so true.
I've been touched with her magic touch as well, and I'm extremely and forever grateful to Gita.
Yeah.
Well, I am certainly grateful for this opportunity that I've had, you know. But initially I said no because I just started on my own project, and I thought, I don't know if I want to do it and if I can do it. And she said, no, do it. And eventually I gave in.
Well
so
done.
here I
Go
am.
for it. Bravery.
Yeah.
So tell us more about the vendors or food stalls that are going to be at multi-ethnic Extravaganza.
Well, we have people from all over the world, really, who have
Wow.
got food stalls. So I'm really excited about tasting. I hope that I get to taste lots of food. But we do have people from all corners of the world. So we've got South America and Asia and the Middle East and Europe and islands
Wow.
here. So I'm just really looking forward to it.
So we normally have quite distinguished groups of different nationalities, and normally they put up the stalls. Do you have any new stalls this year, or is it the same as last year?
We do have some extra stalls, and we have a different setup altogether. So the really exciting thing for me is, because I'm new to it, I wanted to give it my own input and try something new. So the layout is a bit different. We've got more stalls, I think, than we've had before, and then we've got some picnic areas as well. So we've got one where we can have a marquee where people can sit in the shade, and then we've got a large picnic area in front of the Mad Media screen, so that, you know, people don't have to hurry to go back to the entertainment area when they're waiting for food, you know, so they can actually just watch while, you know, they are eating, and they can sit down, have a picnic, and just enjoy and just relax and have a good time.
Yeah.
Or dance.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Remember, this is Taranaki Foodies with Area 41 on the Most FM, and we are going to listen to the third song today. Would you like to introduce the song, Ingrid?
So the next song is Hilversum 3 by Herman van Veen.
Awesome, let's listen. This is real 70s.
I think it was done in the 80s as well, and I
80s.
just went back and because I loved it. I was just so happy, you know. It's quite a happy song, you know, and I really loved the boy playing the bottles. It was just
I've
so
seen that.
amazing, and you'll hear that
Yeah.
soon, you know.
Yeah.
But the song is about, actually, Hilversum 3 is actually the name of a Dutch radio station. And
Sister
so
radio station!
this guy is singing about life before radio stations existed and what people were like, and they were singing and talking on the streets, and people could had their own voice. And,
Yeah, that's
you
what
know,
radio station is about.
Yeah.
Let people hear their own voice.
Yeah.
Let people
Exactly.
talk, without boundaries.
Yeah. So,
Awesome.
yeah, and it's about people from all walks of life, you know, that were just doing their thing, and everybody had a song for everything. Like the butcher would be singing about his job, and then the guy selling potatoes would be singing about potatoes. Or
Yes,
something.
that's true. That's why we are talking about
Yeah.
food on the radio, because it's
Yeah.
our thing. Yeah.
It's just a happy song.
Yeah, it is, and it's very rhythmical.
Yeah.
Rhythmical. It's a good song. Probably good to cook with it, just do this.
Actually, yeah.
Yes,
It's a cooking song,
It's a very
special
happy-
cooking song.
Very relaxed, very laid back. It's just,
Yeah.
it just
Actually,
floats.
I have a soft spot for guys who cook. I actually love seeing guys cooking, and especially if they do it artfully and masterfully and skillfully
And lovingly.
Yeah, lovingly, and it's they do it in different way to us, and
Yeah.
especially celebrity chefs, when they cook, they do it so effortlessly. It's just like whiff, here it is the dish. It's
Yeah.
pretty amazing. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think it's also I mean, food could be a luxurious thing, but it's also a survival thing,
Absolutely,
and
yeah.
we really need to, all of us need to know how to cook, because if something goes kaboom, we really need to know how to make a fire and how to cook something that we catch out of the, I don't know, or collect or whatever. But it's kind of important. Who knows?
You know, I never thought I could cook, but over the last 8 years or so, I've decided I really enjoy cooking. You know, and like you said, we have to cook because we have families and children to raise and everything, and all of a sudden I've just got really into it.
Welcome back to Taranaki Foodies and Area 41 with Alina Williams and guests from Taranaki Multi-Ethnic Extravaganza. Event coordinator Maha Al-Fayad and food stalls coordinator Ingrid van Amsterdam. So we were just listening to this happy song, which we decided is perfect for cooking because it's very rhythmical, laid back, and it's about radio, the life before radio and after radio show. How appropriate! So we were talking about Ingrid's journey, and I was going to ask you, what's your favorite food?
My favourite food probably is Italian.
Wow!
Yeah.
So you're in the right radio show because our sponsor is Italian restaurant,
okay,
which is on the Broham Street, Area 41.
Yeah. So yeah, I love Italian, and to be honest, I think I really do enjoy Dutch food as well. But Dutch food is very bland in comparison to all other cuisines that I know about. And we you know, the Dutch cook a lot with butter and potatoes and cheese, and I do like Dutch cheeses and everything. But we spent a lot of time in Italy when I was little in the summers, and I really got to really enjoy Italian food, and we had close Italian friends that we met while holidaying in Italy, and they lived in Rome. And really funnily enough, I went to my mum's property about a week ago, and I don't know why, but I decided to look in the letterbox, and it was a letter from Italy from one of those people. And so he directed it to my mother who passed away. So I opened the letter, and he's now 74, has children and grandchildren, and it's just so nice that.
Still keep in touch.
Well, he said last time he wrote was in 2002. So, but I'll write back to him because that was just so lovely.
Don't delay too much because people die.
Oh, absolutely, that is so true. Yeah.
Maha, what is your favorite food from homeland?
Yeah, beside the grapevine, the stuffed grapevine, we have dish called mensaf, which is the authentic Jordanian dish, which is rice with the sauce is you get sauce cooked with chicken stock, and then we have of course with chicken or lamb, like any kind of meat, and then we put on the top the nuts, almond, and that kind of nuts.
Yeah, that sounds so nice.
That's so
It's
good.
something that are easily adaptable to any palate because you can swap chicken to, as you said, lamb or possibly fish, or just go meat-free with some vegetables.
Yeah, so that's very popular in Jordan. Like if you go to Jordan, you have to try it. They will not leave you alone if you don't.
What about famous Middle Eastern sweets? What can you tell us about those?
We have a lot, but the one I love is knafe. Knafe is I don't know what you call it, but that kind of springs kind of dough, and they cook it, and then they put cheese in the middle, the halloumi cheese kind of thing.
So it's like a wrap thing. Like
you put this. You can wrap it. You can put it in plates. You put the.
It's like a flat bread.
Yeah.
Awesome.
You put it in the bottom, and then the cheese in the middle, and then put another level, and then you do you put sugar syrup on it.
Oh wow.
And it's usually orange color.
Oh yeah.
So if you go there, this is really famous. Yeah.
Do you cook some of those at home?
I do. Yeah, at home, they do them all the time. But here, I tried them because I don't have the materials for them.
What are ingredients that you're missing?
The ingredients are the springs. I don't know what is the name of it in English, but kind of special kind of dough for it.
Dough. Okay.
Dough, yeah.
Mm.
So
Awesome.
I can't use it without that, and the cheese as well.
And
No, I
different
can't
type of
find it,
cheese.
yeah.
Oh wow, there's lots of ingredients that you can't replace. Maybe you have to make a New Zealand version. of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I invent my own spices and invent my stuff, and it works. You know.
Awesome. So we're coming to the end of our session and coming close to our last song. Do you have any message for people about Taranaki Multi-Ethnic Extravaganza? Just tell them what you want to say.
I want to tell people that this event is for people to celebrate themselves, celebrate their culture, and then be all together at the same place. Then they can work together after the event. I really hope that that people can continue to see themselves as one unit under the New Zealand umbrella, working together, building New Zealand, and celebrating themselves all the time. And for them to know that differences and uniqueness is really good and positive thing, it's not negative. So this is my message for them. The other thing I want to say this year is it's a zero waste event. So I
Yay.
really encourage people to come and practice that and help us to achieve that goal as well.
How are you going to make it zero waste?
So we will have the different colors, wheelie bins and skip bins, and encourage the vendors to have the recyclable, stuff that they use. And we will have people on every station to educate people and tell them what to put in which bin.
That's
and that
such
kind
an
of stuff.
awesome and current idea. I'm voting for it totally.
Yeah. That will be a big thing, but it's. I'm a big supporter of it, and I love it. I love to see it in the event. So that's the other thing, yeah.
So people, remember it is on the 7th of March.
Yeah.
And it starts with a parade on the main street, and all the nationalities will parade
Yeah,
with their flags and beautiful national costumes. Come and celebrate your ancestry, because even if you live in New Zealand, you still have some ancestors.
Exactly.
And it's a
Yeah,
wonderful
yeah.
way to explore it, and just join the group that you feel connection with, and go and show your smile, show your face. If you have a
Yeah.
national costume, show your costume there, and then you can move towards the part. Where is it?
In the race course.
On the race course, yes. And
The gates open at 10:30, but we start at 11.
yes, so at 11 o'clock there will be food stalls there, which
Art
is
and
good for
craft
lunch.
and- Yeah, food
And
stalls, art and
craft
craft and
stalls.
performances.
And performances. About performances, there are some new performances I've heard this year.
Yeah. We
Out
try
of
to bring
town?
some people from Auckland, and even with the local groups in here, we try to contact everyone to make it as inclusive as possible. So we hope everyone enjoys it.
Awesome. I think it's a perfect time to listen to our last song, which is Chiquita by Summer Gabro.
Yeah.
Correct? This is dancing song,
Yeah.
obviously.
Festive.
Did you spend a lot of time on discos when you were young? Just dance. Actually, imagine
I dance a lot at home.
You
I
dance
love
at
to
home?
jump up and down.
up and down. It's probably the boy thing, because you have lots of boys. They don't dance, they jump up and down.
Yes. Yeah.
Just so much fun. So what is? It's called Chocolate Chiquita. Is it some juicy type
No,
of?
it has no meaning really. It's all about, it's just festive, and it talks about love, but it talks about all Arabic countries. Like Jordanian is chocolate chiquita, Syrian is chocolate. It's all about that.
So that's how you call a girl, or is it just
No,
a
it just
chocolate?
has own, version of being like happy.
All
It
right.
doesn't really have a deep meaning like the songs that Ingrid chose, but yeah, it's festive.
Awesome. I feel really dancing. I feel amazingly like party time. It's probably good for cooking as well. If you use a little
Yeah.
bit of a hip work.
Hopefully lots of people will dance on the day. It would be nice to see people do some dancing on the day.
All right.
Yeah.
We can start with 3 of us. I'm real easy to go into dance. I just need a space. I'm going to cut this down because we're running out of time. Welcome back to Taranaki Foodies and Area 41 with Alina Williams and guests from Taranaki Multi-Ethnic Extravaganza, event coordinator Maha Al-Fayyad and food stalls coordinator Ingrid van Amsterdam. So a few words from our sponsor, Italian restaurant Area 41 on Brougham Street. At the moment, all Taranaki is celebrating the Americana, Festival of American Cars and Fashion. Area 41 has a special deal for all the festival goers. Burger and beer for only $25. Check those burgers out! Thank you to all our loyal audience for listening to Taranaki Foodies with Area 41. Tune in to 100.4 FM every Saturday at 4 p.m. Remember, there is a live recording of this interview online on Taranaki Foodies with Area 41 group page on Facebook. Meet you next Saturday at 4 p.m. on airwaves. Bye bye, my gourmetarians!